First and foremost, Latvia, obviously part of is a post-Soviet republic, and so there's still lots of Russians there, about 50-50. So as a missionary, you're going to experience a lot of Russians on the street. Some of them like Americans, some of them like Latvian. Like it's very interesting kind of people you meet. But the Latvians, very traditional. They like to conserve their language. It's a very small and pretty much shrinking language. So like their music, they're very much into their dancing and stuff like that. They have this song and dance festival every 5 years actually to help conserve their culture, which is a very pagan culture. So many people were either atheist or pagan and stuff like that, or had some understanding of, God and Jesus Christ. So as a missionary, it was interesting hearing how they understand the world and what Christianity had to offer. The people of Latvia are very closed off, but I'm sure if you heard this before, they're more like coconuts in that they're hard on the outside, but then once you get on the inside, you become their friends. They're actually really open and sweet and understanding. It's just that through history and being oppressed by the Russians, they've learned to be quiet and just not really initiate conversations and stuff like that. So the younger generation is warming up. Many of them speak English, so you can see there's a cultural movement towards westernizing, and that the younger generation has been taught English while everybody pretty much older than 30 knows Russian. So everyone speaks at least 2 languages, but depending on how old they are, you don't know which one. They all live in apartment buildings mostly. The populations are very much condensed into the cities, and they just have big giant concrete apartment buildings that are pretty much from the 80s to 70s. And so many of them just live in their apartments with their families, and it's prestigious. It's a sign of wealth if you have a private home with a small garden, either in the city or outside of the city. They're very stubborn. It was interesting trying to teach them and help them understand general topics of the gospel, but also they have a lot of conviction. I've noticed that they really respect their friends, and so they have strong family relationships, and they stand by their friends. And I've always admired that about them, along with pretty much their ability to endure a lot of things that culturally and historically speaking, Latvia has been through a lot. And so they've just learned how to grit and bear a lot of hard things. And so I also admired that.